Well, today we are at Fort Mountain State Park. We just left the visitor center, had to stop by there and use the facilities. We're now on our way to the Overlook area because this is way up on the mountain. It's actually called Fort Mountain, right on top of the mountain, and there's a major overlook right on up here ahead. We can find it. We've been up here one time, but the last time that we were up here, it was extremely foggy because it had been raining that day. And we stopped, we walked out to the overlook, but you could not see anything down below. You couldn't see the mountains on over. Well, today, even though we got here a little bit late, it is absolutely beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous with hardly any clouds in the sky. And we are driving now from the visitor center trying to find the overlook, hopefully right up the road here. It's been a while since we've been up here. It's been several months. I think it was in the winter or early spring when we came up here. We were out riding around that day, and we came by up here. But like I said, it was rainy and foggy that day, and we really couldn't see anything. We did walk down to the observation area, but it was very foggy, and I got some pictures, but they wasn't worth putting on the internet or uploading or anything like that. I'm not even sure what happened to them. Cool Springs Overlook. Here we are. Good afternoon, all my Rural Xers out there. This is Eric, the Rural Xer. Today, we are at Fort Mountain. We are at the Cool Springs Overlook. And as you can see, there is quite an overlook back here of all the mountains. We're right on the edge of the Cohutta Wilderness area of the U.S. Forestry Service Cohutta Wilderness area. It's kind of late in the afternoon, so that's why I've got some shadows on my face and sun peeking through some of the trees and the leaves and stuff. Kind of late in the year, middle part of, or latter part I should say, of September, and the leaves are going to be starting to change here pretty soon, but actually it still looks like summer right now. But as you can see, it is quite a overlook right here. This is only one of probably several. We're going to try to drive around and find some other places that's really beautiful. There's also a trail that goes up to an ancient stone wall that's right on the very top of Fort Mountain. I've never been up there. Started to go up one time years ago, but that was back when my son was very little and we were trying to push him along in a stroller, and it trail was just not suited for trying to push a stroller along with a small toddler in it. So anyway, we didn't make it. We was out riding with my parents that day. So we went on, never did make it out there. So hopefully we'll make it out there today. So come along and join us if you will. Well, we found the trail out to the overlook there at the fire tower and the pinnacle, I guess I should say, of Fort Mountain and the ancient wall that's out there. So we're going to start out through here and hopefully we'll be able to make it all the way out there, be able to see the overlook, be at the top of the mountain. Sorry about all the noise. There was a couple of motorcycles that was leaving the area. But anyway, we're going to try to make it out there. So come along and join us. And here's a placard right here at the trailhead, fixing to go out, and some information. And if you want to read all of this, feel free to stop the video at any time and read it. Well, made it up here to the top of the mountain, to the fire tower that's up here, but unfortunately it's closed, and it's getting pretty late in the evening and the sun's starting to set, and there isn't much of a view up here because there's so many trees growing up around the tower that it's hard to really see any views from up here unless you're actually up in the tower. They probably used this at one time as a working fire tower to keep a watch for fires around the mountains, but I'm sure they probably don't do that anymore. They've got better technology for doing that, but they probably use this as an observation platform for visitors up here whenever it is open. But right now it is closed. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to go up in there and give you the views, but you can imagine what it probably looks like out there. Very beautiful. But I'm going to have to get going back down the mountain because first of all, it's starting to get a little dusky dark. And second of all, I left Teresa probably not even halfway up the mountain. She told me to go ahead and come on up here and see how much further it was and how hard it was. And I got to go back down there and try to catch her and make sure that she's all right. And tell her not to try to come up here. It's just too much. It was too rugged even for me to try to make it up here. But anyway, there you go. There's the view of at least the fire tower up on top of Fort Mountain. All right, we are back in the car and we're fixing to leave the area where you park at to go walk out to, and it's quite a trail. Like I said, when I was up there, actually we're going to swing back around here to let y'all see the whole parking area that we were in. Yeah, okay. I'm going to swing around here. Boy, those folks are out for a long walk, late evening walk.
Sunset walk.
Huh?
Sunset walk.
Yeah, sunset walk, that's for sure. They may be getting back by the time it's dark. They'd be having to hustle it if they were going to make it back before dark. But anyway, this is the parking area for the trails. There's a couple of trails, and I don't know if it loops around or not. The only trail that I took was up to the top to the fire tower, and like I said while I was up there, it was built, I think, as a working fire tower to as a fire watch for the mountains around here at one time, but I don't think they still use it for that. I think they use it now as an observation deck, but unfortunately it was already closed for the evening, so I came back down. Fortunately, Teresa is here with me, and she was fine. I was a little bit worried about her, concerned, didn't know what could have happened coming back down, but she was the one who told me to go on up and check, and she was just sitting down there waiting patiently on a rock for me. So all's well that ends well. But yeah, we're going to drive around just a little bit and get some more footage of the park and everything, some of the picnic and camping areas. As you can tell, it's getting a little dark and all, and unfortunately I've got a a spot where a bug is splattered on the windshield. I may have to stop and reposition that camera over a little bit to get that off of there, because I know that is going to be annoying. I know it's annoying for me, and this is like a little action camera and with a little screen on it, but I can tell that that's got a bug splatter right smack dab in front of the camera lens. All right, finally got the camera repositioned, hopefully away from that big old bug splatter on the windshield. It was an ordeal, even as small of a camera as it is, because it isn't, like I said, an action type camera. It's not a GoPro by no means, but it is similar to a GoPro, very small, compact. But anyway, so now we are back on our way again, and have a gate across right here. They must take or close this off. Here's campground and cottages, beach, group shelter, picnic shelters, number 1 through 5, and playground down through here. That's what all this is. But anyway, like I was saying, there's a gate back there. They must shut it probably during the winter time to keep people from going up there, because it probably gets pretty bad as far as the roads and stuff. They probably it snows and freezing rain and all, since it's such high elevations up there, and they probably shut it down during the winter time to keep people from getting up there and getting stuck, running off the road, stuff like that. There's campers down there, RVs. Probably quite a few people out on vacation during this week, because this past week has been a fall break for schools around the area, or at least for Pickens and Cherokee counties. So there's probably a lot of people out on vacation, camping and hiking and stuff like that, for people who love the outdoors. There's some more creekside campgrounds over there. And this looks like just parking. Playground over there. We'll drive over there. And there's the playground. Really pretty around here. Trying to get down low enough so I'm not getting the rear view mirror in. And there's a picnic pavilion up there, up on the hill, just over to the right of the playground. As you can see, Teresa's walking over to it. I don't know what she's planning on doing. Teresa had me get out of the car and show me something. I was like, what? And this is what she was wanting to show me, the lake. There was a lake on the other side of that playground, but you couldn't see it because the playground was built on a little hill that was blocking the view of the lake. So this is the lake, and this is absolutely gorgeous down here, right here at sunset. As you can see, the sun is setting right there. Just absolutely gorgeous. Perfect temperature down here, nice and cool, not too cool. You can see the leaves up here are a little bit of a tinge orange, so they're starting to change already up here. But so beautiful and so peaceful up here. We walked on around the corner here, and there's a beach over here. A little beach right here. This is absolutely gorgeous. They have canoes that you can rent, paddle boats, beach area right here for the kids to play in the sand, as a lot of them are doing over here. They have a little, over there, they actually have a little, looks like a concession stand where you can get snacks and stuff like that. A little picnic area up in the grassy area. This is really, really gorgeous out here. And then up here on the hill, we were trying to figure this out. Some sort of pavilion up here. We don't know if it's a restaurant or if it's just kind of an observation thing or what. It's very unique with that pointed roof. It looks like something that might have been built way back in the late 60s or early 70s. It looks pretty old, but it's very unique. I like the design of it. Reminds me of a kind of a bygone era. And up here on the hill, kind of overlooking the lake, is a picnic pavilion that you can use to have a big picnic if you had a family get together or something like that. I don't know if it's something that you'd have to make reservations for or rent or what, but it looks like a really nice picnic pavilion. And this is just over really close to the campsites that are down here that we were driving by earlier. And another picnic pavilion over next to the trail where we walked from the playground, which is just right here. We walked through the playground and came down this trail down to the lake. And here's another picnic pavilion. All right, back in the truck and fixing to drive around a little bit more. Yep, we're going to drive up here. We saw something else that piqued our interest. Teresa saw something up on top of the hill. She thought it was little playhouses. Turned out to be a putt-putt golf. In fact, it is right here. And there's people up there playing. Let me get a better shot of that. There it is. The little putt-putt golf is back in there behind those trees and bushes and stuff, but it goes on over there quite a ways. But yep, there's a little putt-putt golf down here in the camping area. All right, back out of here and get going again. Yeah, there's some more let me turn here. Yeah, here's the beach area. We're actually driving down here now to where the beach is at, where you can park and go down here to the beach. But we walked around a little trail around the lake from the other side, from the playground area. Now, there's that little thing. It probably was a restaurant at one time. I don't really know. It's kind of odd. Very odd. Very interesting. Very interesting. Probably should have stopped there, but we didn't. Getting kind of late. We're just going to drive around. We saw another road that went on the other side of the lake. Teresa's a little interested in that, so we might try to swing around there and take a quick look at that. Does look like there's restrooms and bathhouses up here to our left, up on top of the hill. That would be an awful long ways to go for the beach. Now, it could be for camping area, or it could be for all these. There's picnic pavilions and tables, picnic sites all along this hill to our left over here. It may be just restrooms for that. Not a bathhouse for the beach, but restrooms for the picnic area. All right. The rest of it to our right were campsites down there next to the beach. And there was tent sites and RV sites, so any way you want to park, any way you want to camp, I should say. If I can talk, I can't talk, really. Getting rather dark. Not gonna be much longer. You can't see nothing. It looks like it just swings around here. Looks like there's a house, probably staff residence. That's what it is, staff residence. A couple of houses over here for staff. And then you got, oh, a little cottage. That's what that is. Sorry for the lean over here and show you what I can of the cottage. Right there. Very nice. And there's more cottages over here to our left. You can see it a little bit there in the frame of the camera we've got mounted on the windshield. Yet another one over here. And there's the road that we were looking for. Teresa's pointing down that way. She says, how did we miss that coming in? But it was not a road that we were on coming in. But there's the lake over here to our left. I'm going to swing this camera around here so you can see it. Right there. In fact, I want to. There's the lake, and that is beautiful. Look at that. The sun's setting over the trees over there. Just absolutely gorgeous. This is actually the dam for the lake that we're driving across right now, because on the lower side, it it goes down to a stream to our right. Alright, here we go. Fortunately, there's not too much traffic this late in the evening, so we were able to stop in the middle of the road and take our time taking some video footage. Big Rock Nature Trail. So they have a lot of trails in here. If you're into hiking, they have plenty of trails in here that you can hike and all. Or bike, I guess, yeah. Yeah, it looks like there's another picnic pavilion and a place maybe to fish down there. A guy and his family was getting into a truck, looked like they had some fishing gear with them. And as you can see, there's a cottage right here to our right coming up. Looks like someone's renting that cottage. There's a couple of vehicles pulled in there. I guess that's a cottage. Awful nice with a carport there.
Or it was a maintenance shed.
Could be. It said cottages, so I don't know if that was one of them or if that was some sort of a service building there for the park. Looked like some service vehicles sitting in front of it, so it very well could have been a something to do with the personnel that works in the park. And it looks like, according to the map, it just swings around the corner up here and goes through a loop, and then we'll be coming back. I don't know if there's any more cottages up here or not. We'll find out. We'll keep on driving till we get to the end of the road. Looks like there's a couple of little cottages back in here.
There's a man sitting
Yeah, yes. There's a man standing there, probably wondering what in the world we're doing. But there is a couple of cottages right here. Here's some more cottages that's right here at the end of the road. Looks like all of these are pretty much being rented up here, and looks like there's a little water tank over here, probably that they get potable water for all of their campsites and cottages and stuff. All right, so we're heading back down the road here. Turn on my lights. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea, because it's getting kind of dark. Yeah, I think we pretty much got about as much video footage as we can this late in the day. We got here kind of late, and we should have gotten here a little bit earlier, but we have gotten quite a bit of footage. Hope you've enjoyed the video so far, but I think me and Teresa are going to head on down the road and get on back to the house. Fortunately, it's not too awful far from here. So, anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. And for more similar content, consider subscribing to the channel. And with that being said, we are going to head on home. Y'all have a great evening. God bless, and we'll see you in our next video.